Hey, it's Fred Staab for Cruise Control. I'm at the wheel of the 2022 Subaru BRZ Limited.
Cruise Control.
We're going to have an at-the-wheel review of a very cool vehicle, the Subaru BRZ. It is a sporty car that's marketed as the BRZ from the folks at Subaru. Has a boxer engine. It is the only Subaru that does not have all-wheel drive. This is a rear-drive vehicle. And if you want a little bit different styling, you can order it from Toyota, and they call it the 86. Now, this is a
bad name.
Yeah, this is a 4-seat car, a 2+2, but the rear seat has literally no legroom whatsoever. I'm 5'8", and I got in the back, and I I have to say I couldn't get out of there fast enough. It was handy for holding our cooler to keep food cool and a hat.
The reason for 2+2s, and this has been true since the 60s when Jaguar did it with the XKEs, and cars over the years have done 2+2s, which are basically unsittable in the back seat.
Right.
The reason was insurance.
Yes.
They're much cheaper. Otherwise, they're insured as high-performance sports cars.
And this would be great if you had a small dog, a hat, or some small cardboard box. It would fit in there.
or a sandwich and a banana.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a great car, though, Les. It is, I think, the ideal car for like autocrossing, or you know how people like to race cars that are not that high horsepower. They're just looking for something that handles well. A lot of people use Miatas for this. I might alienate half of the automotive journalist world. I've never been a super fan of the Miata. I would rather have something like this, the BRZ.
I would too. I like the closed coupe. It's stiffer. It's quite a bit less expensive. I agree with you. I think if you're, a relatively young owner and you just want something cool looking and fun to drive and reliable, and inexpensive, I just think this is a great choice.
Look at the styling. It's got the double bubble roof, very racing styling. It has this current model, the 2022, has a lower center of gravity. They've lowered it down. It's got that nice kind of integrated rear spoiler. It even has a trunk that you can haul stuff in, and very sporty looking from the front. It's not a high horsepower engine. This is a 2.4 liter direct injection, double overhead cam engine. And what's kind of interesting about it is when you look under the hood, it actually says Toyota and Subaru on what would be the engine cover. They don't really have an engine cover on this. The horsepower is in the low 200s, which was more than adequate for this vehicle. It was fun to drive. Ours had a 6-speed manual. Remember those?
Yes, indeed. I have one of those. And actually, it looks like a cross between a Porsche and a 240Z.
I got a lot of comments that people said, wow, that's an expensive car. Oh, my gosh. And I thought, well, not really. We'll tell you what it is. Actually, the horsepower is 228 from the Subaru Boxer engine.
That's plenty.
It's plenty. No rear seat room, just a couple of butt pockets in the back. But it's fine for storage, but you just would not want to sit back there. I like the interior of the vehicle. Very straight ahead Subaru, push buttons, knobs, switches for everything. Easy to use, easy to see. None of this, touch screen haptic stuff that we've seen in other vehicles, like the VW GTI. Even the radio's got a volume knob. There's the touch screen there. You can get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. And just easy to use volume knob. Some of the components were a little, low budget, but that's okay. You can see there's some great stitching on the shifter boot and some red trim and stitching on the seats, which were sort of an Alcantara type stuff in there in the car. And some of the Alcantara upholstery goes on to the doors itself as well. The seats are heated. I liked how they treated the pedals. They did a really nice
Yep.
treatment
Very
on pedals.
sporty.
And interesting, it is the D45 Boxer engine, Toyota and Subaru, right on the top of it. So nice little engine. I'm sure you could get some go fast goodies for this too, if you wanted to. Ours was the BRZ Limited, which brings in 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels with matte gray finish, 215/40 summer performance tires, blind spot protection. They call it Bryn Naub upholstered combination. I guess that's just a brand name. Dual mode heated front seats, steering responsive headlights, which is always nice. One thing you can't get with the manual is the EyeSight system. The EyeSight is Subaru's version of emergency braking that, as of this review, you cannot get that with a manual transmission. You can get an automatic transmission with this as well. Did not drive that, just drove the manual. Manual shifted wonderfully, good clutch feel, good clutch take-up. Shifter was great. So, you have your option. But once again, a great car if you want to go autocrossing or something like that, or you want a sporty car that is not super expensive. And you're probably going to ask, how much did it cost, Fred?
How much did it cost?
It's funny you should ask, Les, because the BRZ Limited is $30,495 with a destination charge of $960, brings it all in at $31,455. If you recall, we were wondering, would we see a version of this vehicle? Would they continue it? And they have. I don't know what the sales numbers for this are, but I don't think it's one of their biggest sellers. But it is a great vehicle. It also has a limited slip diff, Torsen limited slip diff, which is great vehicle dynamic control, sport tuned suspension. It's a nice little vehicle. It really is. It is a sporty vehicle. It's a fun vehicle. If you're looking for that type of vehicle, it's one to look for. I liked everything about it. I liked how it drove. It looked more expensive, especially in that silver, ice silver metallic, than it was. I don't know what the automatic drives like. That might be a little easier in traffic. It might actually be better for autocrossing, the auto.
It might be. Well, the fact is, I would doubt more than 3 or 4% of the buyers get manual.
Yeah. So I give it a great rating, and they've just made it better with this generation. They've, as I said, lowered the center of gravity, dropped the vehicle a little bit. This is only the second generation, so I don't know. I kind of like the Subaru styling a little bit better than the Toyota styling. That's just point
I
of
do
preference.
too. Also, I have to give them credit for just doing this, for putting out what essentially is a limited market sports car.
Yes.
For, in a world of over 70% of SUVs.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely like the autocross one though. Probably the automatic. That's what I would say. But that's your BRZ, your at the wheel review of the 2022 Subaru BRZ Limited model. Good looking vehicle. I like the dark wheels with the ice silver, and it's a fun vehicle. And by the way, I've read that they are working on a way to get the EyeSight system with manual transmissions. They have a few in their lineup yet. I believe you can still get a Crosstrek. I believe you can with a manual.
With a manual?
Yeah, and they want that to come with EyeSight, so I would venture a guess that they would be adding EyeSight to manual transmission vehicles in the future. So
we hope you've enjoyed this at the wheel review of the 2022 Subaru BRZ Limited. If you like the automotive content and want to keep it coming, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll be the first to know when new stuff comes out. For Cruise Control, I'm Fred Staab.